it just shows us, doesn't it, that the important thing is not so much how many runs you're going to go for. It's can you get people out? That I keep saying it all the time. You look at bowling sides, they've got to try and get people out, because if you don't try and get people out, I mean, contrast it to the way that Chennai went. How many wickets taken were they? It wasn't a case of wickets, no hard lengths to take wickets. It was kind of defensive. Let's try and bounce them here so that they can't hit it there. Let's, back of a length and all of it. And they whack it to all parts, right? And Chaha runs up, tries to swing it, tries to get you out. That's what he does up at the front. Sam Curran, attacking. That's his mindset. That's what he thinks. Lungi Ngiti, same story. That's what he looks to do. He's not looking to contain you. He's trying to get you out. And so if you have sides that look to try and bowl the opposition, there's obviously a balancing thing in that. You've got to go in the right areas, choose correctly. Who are you bowling what to? Who do you go slower balls to? Does the surface allow? Does he like to free his arms? Does he need to be tucked up? Whatever, all of that. But ultimately, the teams that can get wickets, the teams that can regularly strike, are the ones that, and here's a team I'll tell you, Sunrisers Hyderabad, they're one such team. They get wickets, and it's difficult. You find them chasing 140, 150, 160 many times and getting those scores because they're scores that are subpar. Their team can get wickets. You've got to go after your opposition. If you don't, then you give them too much of a chance, especially if you come up on a pretty good wicket.
It's the attacking mindset, Joy. I mean, we criticize, a lot of other captains for it, saying, just this morning we said that, or this evening we said that about Punjab, saying you only have 120 to defend. You've got to go with your best bowlers up front and attack. You have no room to be defensive. There's this captain, there's MS Dhoni, who, even though he's got 220 on the board to defend, he's always attacking. That's the way he's going to play. He's just always going to attack.
But I think this is the modern game. Containment is difficult. And I was part of that, that time, KKR at the time when they used to play that game. 150, 160 sticky pitch in Calcutta. Come on, Sunil Narayan, Rajat Bhatia, Iqbal Abdullah come and try and hit us. Very difficult to do. Okay. And they will give you wickets, not because the bowling is wicket-taking deliveries. They'll just frustrate and, hold out. But that doesn't happen that much in today's game. I think the strikers are much better. The way they hit, they're much more trained to hit sixes and big ones. So wicket-taking is a far more important skill in 2020 and 2021 than it was in 2013 and 2014. Yeah. And I think every captain who understands that and appreciates that, I need wickets. There's no point in telling this guy that, contain. Because he can contain for 3 balls go for 6. It's all over. It doesn't matter. And I think that's the modern game. That is the modern game. And I think it's good for the game, because what that does is it encourages bowlers to bowl wicket-taking deliveries.
Yeah, I mean, I want to ask Pommie this. Pommie, we talk about it so much. For a bowler, is that even a thing that you can consciously do? I'm just going to contain? So I mean, I'll illustrate by saying, if you're at Mumbai and you think of, what looks pretty and what might be difficult to hit, it's a length that's back of a length that goes through quite nicely to the keeper, right? And it carries ever so nicely, but none ever really gets anyone out. Why doesn't it? Because it's bouncing over the stumps. Because what you're after really is that he's not going to try and drive it. But these days, because of the different shots that players play, you bowl one there and they figure that's where you're going and that's where you're generally going to be. They'll figure out a way, whether it's backing away and knowing that, well, my stumps, you're giving me a free hit because my stumps are never going to be hit, right? So I can just swing as hard as I want. And you've got one of those, if it's towards the end, you've got one of those two up, whether it's fine leg or third man. So actually, I can do anything I want. I can go that way and I can go this way, and I know my stumps are not going to be peppered, so I'm fine. But if you bowl what is an attacking length, whether it's early on or later on, right, you're bowling closer to the stump, so that if the batsman actually misses, he has to think about the fact that his wicket can be broken. If he doesn't have to think about that because of the length you're bowling, then you're being kind of defensive and you're hoping that he's not going to hit you, right? But if he's going to hit you when you're fuller, it's probably more possible for him to hit you, but it's also
possible that he can miss hit, he can miss, he can, the ball can swing, it can jag, all those things. It's fraught with danger, but you got to take the risk in order to get that reward. If you don't take it, then it's all well and good looking all nice, and you go 9 and over, 8 and over in a game that's going at 10s, and someone else goes at 15 and 20, and you still lose the game. But if you go at 10 and over and get 2 for, different game, because they don't have those 2 wickets. They don't catch up with those 2 wickets gone. They've got to now think, do we have enough? Do we not? Do I still go? Do I not?